creating meaningful jobs, reducing public debt, improving the lives of the Jamaican people. Focus areas for government in the 2016-2017 fiscal year. To achieve all that and more, the plan is to continue the mission to grow the economy.
Placing growth as the highest priority of government is just the right thing to do.
Part and parcel of the plan is to roll out a number of infrastructure projects. For example, the National Housing Trust will spend $23.6 billion this fiscal year on housing and other capital expenditure. 9,000 housing solutions are expected to be completed.
The Trust will pursue the development of a mix of houses and residential lots in 42 developments across 11 parishes and is projecting to write new mortgages totaling approximately $16 billion.
The Port Authority of Jamaica, PAJ, will also be spending $10 billion to build 2 new business process outsourcing facilities in Montego Bay and Portmore.
Additionally, the PAJ will pursue planned developments at Ocho Rios Cruise Terminal and Reynolds Pier, as well as Montego Bay Cruise and Cargo, to capitalize on increased business opportunities in container, cruise, and logistics industries. These developments are expected to cost $5.3 billion.
And the National Water Commission will spend $8.7 billion to improve the supply of potable water and rehabilitate sewage treatment facilities across the island. The South Coast Development Initiative is also integral to government's growth agenda. High on the list is the bauxite industry, the reopening of Alpart to be exact.
That is going to reopen to produce alumina in the first place next year.
Other projects include the development of a logistic hub at Vernon Field, the Goat Island Shipping Project, Caymanas Economic Zone, the expansion of the Kingston Container Terminal, and the expansion of the East-West Highway from Maypen to Manchester and onwards to Negril. Infrastructure projects aside, government is also working on other initiatives to improve the lives of Jamaicans in the 2016-2017 fiscal year. A pre-investment evaluation fund is expected to come on stream. $130 million has been earmarked for the project designed to improve the effectiveness and efficiency of the public sector investment program.
To support key pre-investment actions such as feasibility assessments, process reviews, cost-benefit analysis, socio-economic and environmental assessment, and other technical studies.
Plans are also in train to launch a national financial inclusion strategy for Jamaica. It will give all individuals, firms, small businesses and farmers access to financial products and services that are convenient to them and sustainable to the provider.
We're going to do this because improved financial inclusion is not only supportive of inclusive growth and therefore valuable in its own right, it also is an important enabler of sustainable economic growth, job creation and development.
Government is also examining draft bills to regulate credit unions and the microcredit financial sector. Even as the administration moves to grow the economy through targeted projects, it is also pushing for growth in another way.
Put simply, good tax policies promote good economic growth.
That declaration led to this announcement.
We are raising the personal income tax threshold to $1.5 million across the board for everyone. In making this a threshold for everybody, it's no longer 118,000 people that will benefit. It will now be 251,000 people that will benefit.
As of July 1, 2016, the threshold will move to $1,272,000. It will then move to $1.5 million on April 1, 2017. Now, the increased income tax threshold will lead to a revenue deficit of $12.5 billion. To plug that gap and to include more persons in the tax system, 5 revenue measures were announced. Those earning $6 million or more will pay an income tax rate of 30%, up from 25%.
But we remind them that when they take off the elevated tax threshold of $1.5 million, that the effective tax rate on $6 million will become 27.5% and not, in fact, 30%.
$7 will be added to the special consumption tax SCT on each liter of petrol to raise roughly $6.5 billion. The The departure tax will also be increased to $35 to get $5.3 billion. $1.4 billion will come from the revision of the regime for heavy fuel oil and a special consumption tax on liquefied natural gas. In addition,
we are increasing the specific consumption tax on cigarettes from $12 per stick to $14 per stick effective May 13, 2016. Mr. Speaker, this will yield $574 million for the remainder of the fiscal year. At present, a stick of cigarette costs $40. And let me send the signal now. There is no need for this to go beyond $45 if $2 is added in taxes.
So what was government's thinking behind the 2016-2017 tax package?
When considered in its totality, this change that we are making in the structure of our tax arrangement shifts more of our taxes to indirect or consumption taxes and away from the income or direct tax.
The total tax package will result in surplus revenues of roughly $1.3 billion to go towards next year's further increase of the income tax threshold. The government of Jamaica, creating the right mix for the economy, balancing the equation, using mega projects to induce growth, putting more money into the hands of the working class, and broadening the tax base to include every sector of society.